Hey everyone, welcome to another success tip. This tip today, or this week's tip, comes from question I got 3 or 4 times this week from clients, coaching clients, talking about how to deal with realtors that are saying they have to give out three cards. First thing you've got to understand is you cannot combat this head on. Most law officers make a huge mistake when this happens. What they do is they try to challenge the realtor's beliefs about what they think steering is, because that's what realtors will tell you. They'll tell you they can't give out just one name because otherwise it's considered steering. I'm not going to get in here into this video as to what steering is, what steering is not. I am not a lawyer. I have my own opinions about what really steering is. And I think from what I can see and what I've read, most people have it completely wrong. Be that as it may, here's what you've got to understand. The realtor has in their head that they have to give out three cards. The person that told them to do this, whether it's their broker, whether it's a class they took, that person has more credibility than you. And as long as that person has more credibility than you cannot combat this head on. The first thing you have to do is when the realtor says, I give out three cards, your response is say, you know what, I appreciate you letting me know. I think that's great. Many of the agents that I work with do the same thing. So the first thing I did is I aligned with their objection. I aligned with their challenge where most people try to fight it. Then you say, do you mind if I ask you a question about how you do it? And at that point, because you just agreed, the realtor almost 99% or 100% of the time is going to say, sure. Say, when you give out the three cards, could you tell me, or when you give out the three names, could you tell me how you do it? And they'll say, well, I just give them three names and I say, you feel free. These are people I work with. You can feel free to call any of them you like or work with whomever you like, whomever else you like. And they're usually just very nonchalant about it. So when the realtor usually will give you an answer like that, all you do is you say, you know what? Many of the agents I work with started out doing exactly the same way. And if I may, could I suggest to you a way that gives you a little bit more control over your transaction, over the communication that happens in your loan process, and you can still be completely comfortable in making a three-person recommendation. And now I piqued their interest a little bit. So the realtor will usually say yes. And they'll say, very simply, all you do is when the customer is talking or you want to initiate making a recommendation, tell the realtor to say this, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, you are free to get mortgage financing from whomever you like. That is entirely up to you. Here are, if you'd like me to, I could recommend three professional loan officers that do an incredible job for my clients, and I have a relationship with them, which can make the process go a little bit smoother. This particular person, which is now hopefully you, will say, so Ron Vaimberg or Joe Smith, the loan officer, this particular individual, my clients always love. They make the process easy. They reduce stress. They're incredible with communication. And best of all, they usually manage to save my clients money. So I would highly recommend, I'm not telling you to use them. I'm just saying I'd highly recommend speaking with them. If you'd like, I could have Ron give you a call. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Teach them this little script. But the thing is, two key things, not just one, two. One, you have to get them to understand, or you have to understand that you do not have more power, more influence, more control over the person that told them they've got to give out three names. Secondly, you have to make it easy for them to implement what it is that you're asking them to do. And last but not least, I know I said two things, here's a third. The third is you have to couch it in a way that it appears as a benefit to the agent. And the truth of the matter is, if an agent does work with a loan officer that they like and trust, it is a benefit to the agent. But most loan officers, they go head on with this. They say, don't you want to have control over your transactions? You don't want to just leave it to a chance. Or I've seen loan officers do crazy, stupid things with this because they try to fight it. I don't want you to fight it. I want you to influence it. Hope this tip helps. I'll see you soon.